Noname.
And it's your boy Nighttime.
Welcome back to the Hub. But we got something new today.
What we got?
This is our first episode of the podcast.
Oh, we doing those now?
We doing those now, but we not doing them in the kind of thing you might think we'd be doing them. Listen.
What we doing?
The frequency of this is to be determined, but as of right now, guys, it's going to be once or twice a month because we're already dropping videos twice a week. You know, we're putting a podcast even once a week is a lot of work, so we're going to do this like once or twice a month, see how it goes. But
I can handle that.
You can handle that, right? Hopefully our viewers could handle that too. But basically, what we're covering here is like, say there were some topics during the week or during the past 2 weeks that we couldn't really cover in a separate video by itself. We'll throw it in the podcast, like you'll see it for this one. We're recording this on like Thursday, April 4th, right? So whatever topics we couldn't get covered in the past 2 weeks or this past week, we'll cover it here right now. As for the timing, it's going to be like half an hour to an hour long, depending on what we got to talk about. And I'm going to let y'all know right now, this is going to be the only one that's going to be available on YouTube. All other ones you're going to have to go on SoundCloud. Subscribe to our SoundCloud
Damn,
radio.
I don't even have SoundCloud. Now
I mean, damn, yo, if it really turns out that like we ain't got that much listeners on SoundCloud, then I'll just keep it on YouTube until we get a good base to put it back on SoundCloud.
Bet, say less.
But as of right now, I'm going to let y'all know, this one's going to be here. The second one, I'm going to put it on SoundCloud, see how it goes. Because I'm not really putting music behind all this. We're talking for a very long time. There's no use in putting music in it. It's just straight up talking. There might be some mini rants and all that, but we're just talking, you know what I'm saying? So for the first one, here's some previews of the topics we won't cover before we jump in. We got Nighttime commenting on the mock draft video I dropped last week. Cause
as y'all remember, I wasn't there, couldn't make it.
We got OBJ and the Browns. As much as I love OBJ, he running his mouth a little bit. We gonna talk about that. We got Eli Manning possibly being extended. Then we're gonna review March Madness real quick up until this point. Talk about the NBA MVP race. Talk about Porzingis and the accusations of rape.
God, thank you very much, Porzingis.
And then at the very end, we're gonna sprinkle in some previews. So let's get started. Nighttime with your comments on the mock draft.
Heard.
You know, he's basically gonna be talking about the picks, what he likes, what he didn't like, what he would have done.
Alright, so let's see. If I remember correctly, we picked up in the first round, pick 6, Dwayne Haskins. And we all know my thoughts on this. Every video I've been low-key hinting at Giants should take Dwayne Haskins. Because they should. If you hear me, they should. Thank you very much. Dwayne Haskins, you already know what I love about him. That man is a cannon. He can throw. He has that football IQ. He is the best player in the draft right now, in my opinion. Moving on, we also picked up Brian Burns.
Now, would you do anything different here? Because I was actually considering, hey, maybe we could get a corner here, pick up, because really there's only 3 top corners in this draft. They might all go in the first round. Or we could do offensive tackle here, you know what I'm saying?
See, my thoughts on that was that I just didn't think that we were going to get even the cornerback this early. I felt like pick 17, somebody would have already picked up all the good ones.
Nah, I don't think so. I think one would be picked up, but I think DeAndre Baker or Byron Murphy would have been left.
If they were, I'd be fine with picking them up. I have no qualms with that.
What about OT here?
OT
because it's like the same thing. Like the top level offensive tackles are probably going to go in the first and second round.
But here's why I'm thinking about the offensive tackles. Because remember, we did just pick up that offensive guard just a couple weeks back in free agency. So I feel like we don't really need, and we have our rookies from last year, and they're coming back.
I know, but tackle is way more important than guard. You know what I'm saying?
That is true. But the thing is, I don't want to pick up a rookie guard because a rookie tackle, because we all know how much the Giants have been penalized on offense for their offensive line alone, let alone all the other plays like we are holding. Holding could be done on. Holding. You know what type of holding I was talking about. With the wide receivers and stuff, and all that other stuff is mostly false starts, holding calls. Those are what's always been holding us back, and it's always holding because of Flowers. But we're not going to talk about that right now. So I'm not even mad about picking up this edge rusher right here. Because
would you go with another one?
It depends on who's left, though. Because
If Clelin Ferrell is there,
if Clelin Ferrell is still on the board, I'd pick him up. Pick 17. That's not a bad pick.
Honestly,
right
if there's anybody from Clemson still here, I'm telling y'all right now, The
they're gonna be
Clemson defensive line and edge
gone,
rushers are just all elite, bro. Their entire starting four: Dexter Lawrence, Clelin Ferrell, Christian Wilkins, and Austin Bryant. They are all four elite prospects, and Austin Bryant not gonna go in the first round because he out of all four of them, he shined like the least brightest. I mean,
it's not even like a shine the least brightest type of thing. It's when you have three other people who are that nice on your team. Of course, you're not gonna get as much recognition because it's not even that. There's just so many sacks in the world for people to get. Exactly. There's no way you could all be nice enough to go first round when your team can't get 12 sacks a game. Like, there's no way you get 12 sacks a game.
I hear you. Yeah.
So yeah, then we going on second round now. Jonathan Abram, Mississippi. Now, here's I'm a little mad about right here. See, why are we picking up a safety in the second round this early? I don't want a safety this early. Right here, the second round pick. I do not want. I'm not saying Jonathan Abraham is bad. Definitely not saying he's bad. I'm not even really too mad about it. But I disagree with this pick.
All right, like what position would you go here then?
I would have definitely went for more like linebacker. Linebacker type. Because I feel like we could easily pick up a good safety. Because we were talking about who the safeties and the free agent safeties that we could pick up. And this is definitely
they're all gone at this point.
At this point, yeah. But I feel like we could still do some trades, something like this.
I don't know. Listen, the only reason I went safety is because for this one I was actually looking at best defensive player available. So in my opinion,
but it's not always about best defensive player available. It's best defensive player that you need on your team.
I hear you.
And I don't think we need this safety that much.
So like you mentioned linebackers. Who are you thinking here that might fall to the second round?
Well, I think one person who might surprise you that will fall in the second round is Mac Wilson, and then we also have there was another one, Trey from Clemson,
Lamar, right? Yeah, Clemson.
Trey Lamar.
Alabama and Clemson defense. You already know the history of it.
You already know they nice. Them boys nice. They put in that work. They go and they watch that film.
I'm pretty sure Mac Wilson, he played inside and outside linebacker too.
So that'd be good. That'd be a good mix. You know, a good mix right there.
I heard it.
Then we got Titus Howard, OC. And I was just talking about how I didn't want to pick I would have picked up an offensive
tackle
earlier.
Yeah.
Well, I'm fine with this pick third round, Titus Howard. I wouldn't even trade him. I wouldn't even have traded him for like a different pick or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I would have kept that pick, Titus Howard, just the same. He impressed me at the combines, and he wasn't even that bad.
Yeah. I'll be honest with y'all. If there's one offensive tackle I'd like outside of the first round, it'd probably be like this kid out of West Virginia. I forgot his name. Yadni Kajust, because he might go in the second round. So, I mean, if you don't pick up a safety, then I get Yadni Kajust in the second round. Or somebody, I think this person might fall. I think Dalton Risner might fall to the second round. Everybody has him going in the first.
No, he's not going in the first.
I mean, you already know. There's always people that fall in the draft, you know? I think he might be one of them. But, like, next pick.
Then we had Jermaine Pratt, linebacker, NC State. And like I was just talking about earlier, I would have picked up a linebacker earlier. But
there's nothing
if we're going by here, there's nothing
yeah.
wrong with that. It also gives us more depth in the rotation.
Yeah.
Not only that, gives us more chances to trade.
One thing I would say is if we pick up Mac Wilson second round, then because I mentioned within my mock draft video that Justin Hollins rose and now everybody's projecting him to go third round. So I take Justin Hollins over Jermaine Pratt. Put Mac on the inside, have Hollins on the outside, and I think that'd be a pretty strong lineup.
That'd work. But thing is, you're focusing. I can't say we're focusing too much on the defense because
our defense is bad.
Yeah, we need to. But I like the Miles Boykin. It was a great. That's a steal right there.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now, that's a steal. I don't think he's gonna drop that far. Pick 30 round 4. But that's a steal. I mean, but if we don't pick up Miles Boykin,
like I could see him not being here. But I think this would be the sweet spot for us to take a wide receiver, and I'd prefer a big wide receiver.
I mean, if we're gonna take one, I'd take either I'll take Calvin Ridley's little brother,
Riley Ridley.
Yeah, I feel like he'd be a nice pickup. And then there's also Lil Jordan Humphrey, but you said you'd rather have a
Lil Jordan, he is big. He is big. Yo, his name might be little, but he's big. To be honest with you, that would be my no cap. That would be my second choice. Lil Jordan Humphrey, I think, is underrated, and I think he has a good chance to drop into the 4th round. Yeah, and I don't think he has like the potential to become what Miles Boykin can become, but it's okay having him as the 3rd, second option.
Boykin's gonna be nice, man. Boykin's gonna be real nice. And then we got Chris Boyd, a CV, and I'm actually surprised that we just round 5. That's when we picked up CV. Personally, I felt like we could trade for him a little bit earlier, get
like
somebody
package
earlier.
some picks to get an earlier pick.
Because I feel like we really need higher quality CVs. I'm not saying our CVs are garbage, but we kind of do need some more CVs over here, and
it's mostly our depth chart. After Sam Beal and Janoris, I can't name anybody.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And Janoris, I'll be honest with you, in my opinion, he's still a top 5 cornerback.
Yeah, like
it's just that he
he
doesn't play like it because there's no motivation for him to play like it. I think next year he's obviously he's gonna drop because of his age. I think he'll still be top 10. And
he has about 2-3 more years.
I think we'll drop him after next year though. I just have a feeling. I don't know why. Sam Beal is an unproven product, but because we gave up a pick for him, I want him to be good. And after that, there's nobody I can name. To be honest with you,
I don't even know who sits on the bench, man. I just call it left bench, right bench, and middle bench. That's it.
So we already talked about Justin Hollins. So we'll go. Like and whatnot. We'll just go to the next pick, as we said. If he really rose to the 3rd round, we'll take him. So next pick.
And then we have Tristan Hill. And I'm pretty sure I was talking about Tristan Hill before. In our previous videos. One of them. I don't remember which video it was.
You might have been. I don't know, I'll be honest.
Because I remember writing his name down. Now, this boy, he's nice. And yes, I was talking about him. He was the one who he didn't play. He only played 1 game.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
His entire season.
Yeah, and then I found out why, because I was doing research. It wasn't even because he was injured or anything. It's because he just had a bad relationship with his coaches, so they benched him.
The thing is, this boy is nice. Yeah. Especially at the combine, he was showing off. And I'm telling you right now, he's not that type of player. Like, he's not an ego head, but like he will voice his opinions. Like, if he doesn't like the program, he's not gonna like the program. Like, he doesn't want to play.
Here's the thing: I don't think he's gonna be. He might not be available here. So if he's not, what position would you go? Would you still go D line, or would you try and go offensive guard a little bit?
I'd have to go for like something else, man. I couldn't go for.
What position? What position?
You see.
You say you wouldn't take a safety earlier. Would you take a safety here? But
definitely
in round 5, quality safeties, that would be a risk.
But see, here's what I was saying about that, because remember I did say that I wouldn't go for a safety because I feel like we could get a safety from somewhere else. What I'm thinking is we get a safety as like a depth type of move and pick up, like, it doesn't even have to be that nice of a safety, but he can still learn. He'll still like get better.
I'll tell you right now, one safety I like outside of like the top 3, Abram, Rapp, and Adderley, who might be going in the 3rd or 4th. Obviously, if he drops in the 5th, I'll pick him up. Darnell Savage. First of all, this boy's name, Savage. Yo, it's like Greedy Williams.
Like, you had to be nice.
You gotta be nice with that name. You cannot have a name like that and not be nice. But Darnell
I know your
Savage
parents were harassing you your whole life. Hey, yo, bro, your name is nice.
No, Darnell Savage is a really good safety out of Maryland. If he drops here, I'll take him.
And the rest of the picks, I don't really care about them too much.
Yeah, the last 3, like I said, would be like depth chart picks.
It's just stuff I just package. I don't really care who we pick up. It all be like depth.
Yeah, so like the last 3 picks,
trades,
if y'all didn't check it out, by the way, you guys should have checked out the mock video by now. But the last 3 picks, we went defensive line, offensive guard, and then cornerback. Now, obviously, the offensive guard and cornerback are places we need depth at. But if you want to change up the last 3 orders or last 3 positions, let me hear what you got.
I'd have to go with I'd have to go O-line, cornerback. No, reverse that. Cornerback, O-line, then defensive line.
Yeah. I can respect it. Because, at this point, those last 3 picks, not saying that they're going to be bad players. They could break out. But, yeah, these last 3 picks are going to be all depth. You know what I'm saying? So let's move on to the next topic. Leave your comments. You know what I'm saying? Tell us what you want to hear in the next one. But on to the next topic for the podcast.
OBJ and the Browns.
listen, we both big OBJ fans, right? But this man needs to stop going out in the media and running his mouth, bro.
You see, instead of trying to catch a case and catch some hands and catch some, some hands with these organizations,
You could join Eric Flowers and come back, and we'll get at you, bro.
Instead of trying to catch these cases in these hands, he should be trying to focus on catching the balls.
Yeah, exactly. Listen, this is what he said in case y'all didn't know, right? This report came out on Tuesday, this week. He was basically like, it was at the Browns press conference, and he was basically like, he left a legacy in New York, and something along the lines he wants to build one in Cleveland. Nighttime, can you tell me what legacy did this man leave us with?
Is he talking about how to not perform in the playoffs?
The only playoff game we made it to while he was here?
If I remember, playoff Eli is better than Tom Brady, but still couldn't carry a wide receiving core of OBJ, Shepard, and who else do we have? Oh yeah, it doesn't matter because we couldn't do anything.
Oh yeah, it was Victor Cruz, but at that point, Victor Cruz wasn't Victor Cruz anymore.
I mean, I can't even be mad at Victor Cruz, but
listen, in case y'all don't remember, that one playoff game that we made back in 2016, Eli came and showed out. All right, and this is not,
as he does.
We're not being Eli apologists because y'all already know I'm voting for Eli to be cut. Nighttime is not, so we have different opinions. But the one thing we could agree on is in that 2016 game, in the frozen tundra of Green Bay, Eli came out and was throwing dots.
As he does.
He was throwing like big passes downfield, and what did Odell do? Drop a pass in the end zone and drop like 3 third down catches.
This is unacceptable, bro.
Tell me how he prepared for that game.
You're getting paid so much money, bro. You're getting paid.
Tell me how he got prepared for that game, bro. Can you just remind the audience?
Martinis, tequilas.
Going to Club Live in Miami,
on the yacht, bro. On the yacht.
And this is where I wasn't disappointed when we cut Victor Cruz because he should have known better. He was the mentor of those guys. He should have been like, no, we're not going there.
Look. I understand what Victor Cruz did there because, hey, you've been on this team for a while now. You know you've gotten your ring, bro.
Yeah.
You've done what you had to do. You living your best life, bro. Live your best life.
I know, but he should have been the one. He's the mentor.
But you can't. But I understand if he went. Look, I understand if Victor Cruz was the one who was like,
I can't do that, bro.
No, I understand if he was the one who went on the yacht by himself, not with the rest of the team.
I hear you. Listen, let us know in the comments which side you're on. But even if it was just him, I would have been angry with him.
Just make a poll. Simple.
Oh yeah, so this is going on YouTube. Yeah, but no, yeah. I don't know. What did Odell leave us with? His first 2 years were amazing. Third year we made the playoffs. And then the next 2 years he was injured. So how many years of Odell did we get really?
I think we only got like 2.5 to be honest, because half the year he was arguing with Josh Norman, having problems with that. And then he was for like a couple games he was making out with the kicking net.
Yeah.
So he had other stuff to do there, altercations. And then he was supposedly injured.
We already put out a video on that.
So yeah.
Listen, and then don't forget that he was caught with coke. Let's be honest.
Oh yeah.
What other white substance?
What
other white substance?
So here's what I'm saying. Here's what I'm saying right here. First off, really?
Before you continue, this was
in New York.
This was in the midst of him trying to get that new $90 million contract.
Yeah, and I'm over here. I'm like, all right. So you're trying to get $90 million for coke, bro? This is New York, bro. We have the packets. We got a dub. We got a dime bag. We get lit too sometimes. Even the officers get lit. But coke.
What are you doing getting caught with that?
Coke.
All right, you should do what James Harden does. Take away the girl's phone before she enters the room. He learned the hard way. He learned the hard way. No, but for real though, Odell, listen, you were a great player. I still have you as a top 5 receiver. But now that you're gone, it's like a veil is lifted. You stop like defending him, and it's not necessarily just because he's gone. It's like, wow, this dude really did. Like, what did he leave us with, man?
It be like that, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and we performed. When we blew out the Redskins this past year, 40-10. He was injured, quotation marks, and we did pretty well with the core that we had there.
So I already told. So I've been telling Noname, and I've been telling the other people for a long time. Sterling Shepard is nice.
You haven't been telling me. I've been telling everybody that Sterling Shepard is nice too. He's underrated,
bro.
He's underrated. He's the best slot wide receiver in the NFL.
You can't tell me I haven't been saying that Shepard is nice.
You know how I know I've been saying it before you? Cause I remember on the train, junior year when Shepard was a rookie, I had to tell you about this dude. You were like, you didn't even know his name, bro. So.
Bro, you
remember on the train, on the J train, bro.
Games,
on the J train, Chief.
Bro,
I'm telling you, bro.
Train?
I was on Shepard before like half. Let's stop though. Nah, but yeah, for real, OBJ, listen. I wish you all the best, but you need to stop making statements like this because it's just not true. It's not true.
But I'm a kind of
before we leave, bro. The cryptic tweets. That's another thing.
You're right.
Talk about it.
Alright, so apparently there was some cryptic tweets about how he was on the Giants the whole time. Remember how who was it? Dwayne Haskins was he tweeted a picture of him with a Giants jersey on, right? Yeah. So we had people not even on the Giants tweeting about how they want to be on the Giants. But Odell has never
stated that. After getting the big contract, he's never said when all the trade rumors were about he's gonna get traded like a week or so before.
Payday,
none of that. He was never like, yo, I want to be a Giant for life, or even just like I'm sticking with the Giants. They're my team. They just paid me $90 million. Why wouldn't I? Right?
Not only that,
instead just cryptic tweets.
Hey yo, even when the team is doing bad, no tweets like, it's all good, bro. We gonna step up next week, bro. None of that.
Bro, I low key think that he wanted to be traded, but that's another topic for another time. Let's move on. The final NFL topic for today is that.
Wait, chill. What do you mean move on? This topic is OBJ and the Browns. You focus way too much on OBJ. You forgot the Browns.
What do you want me to say about the Browns? We already put it in our last video.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Check out the last video. But if you want a quick summary.
Quick brush up. So I was just talking about how I don't think the Browns are going to do good. I mean, we'll not do good, but they're not.
On paper, they're like an 11-win team. In reality, I think they're going to be a 9-win team.
I think 8.
You think 8?
I think 8. Because, trust me, these teams are getting better out here, and their schedule is going to get hard. Their schedule is going to be hard this season.
Yeah.
And I just don't see them, especially, we were talking about it with the coaches and all that, who they have to compete against.
Yeah.
They have to compete against the Steelers.
Tomlin, Harbaugh, Ravens.
And you even said the Bengals are sneaking up on them, too. Bro, I just don't
Check out that last video.
I just don't see. Who's the new coach? Kyle something?
No. The Browns' new coach, Freddie Kitchens.
I just don't see him being able to handle OBJ.
Yo, and if he does, props to you. If you do, props to you. But the odds are stacked against you, man.
Yeah. I mean, if you are, bro, hey. I my bad. I apologize. You got it. All right, man. You got it, Chief. But if not, it's just not looking valid.
Yeah. All right. So the final NFL topic of this podcast. Reports came out on Monday that the Giants were thinking about possibly extending Eli into 2020 and 2021. Before we get into what we think about the actual reports, Nighttime, tell them why this is a bad idea and why he should stay for just this year.
You see, I don't know why we have him for even, like, I understand the year thing.
Yeah.
But the way that I see it, I just feel like they're bluffing because Eli is like I said, he's old. His arm is definitely not getting any better. He's not gonna be throwing any deeper.
He doesn't have a noodle arm right now, but in 2020 he's gonna have a noodle arm. He's gonna have it.
His play is digressing, bro. He's not gonna be the same Eli Manning.
There's
playoff Eli could probably do something.
Yeah, we don't know about that. But there's no reason to bring him back after this year.
This is not.
There's already people arguing that we shouldn't have him this year. I'm being one of them. But for the sake of this argument, I will say there's no reason to bring him back after next year. Yeah. There really isn't. If we take a quarterback this draft, there is none. Even if we don't take a quarterback this draft, let him go. Get somebody else that's a bridge quarterback. Because, listen, in my opinion, Eli is ruining his legacy by staying here so long and performing this bad. He really is. What are you going to remember about Eli in 10 years? Are you going to remember the Super Bowls, or are you going to remember that he helped ruin the Giants organization?
Not only that, and if it wasn't for Nick Foles doing what he did, bro, it wouldn't matter what Eli does. It wouldn't matter. Anybody can say, hey, yo, Eli trash, but he still beat Tom Brady, though.
He still beat him twice.
Did your team beat Tom Brady?
He has that over the Eagles twice.
Did your team? No. All right, then.
But yeah, no, Nighttime briefly mentioned that this is quite possibly a buff. Before we get into why, bro, it was dropped on April Fools. I think everybody's ignoring that. The reports came out April Fools. You all may be like, okay, the Giants they're a professional organization. They're not gonna do that. Alright, we're in lying season.
But you never know.
We're in lying season. The off season is lying season. Everybody lies so that they throw people off about what they're gonna do in the draft.
That is true.
You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
This could
I
be a
don't
bluff.
understand why you guys have to lie instead of just keep it quiet. But to each their own, to each his own.
I mean, and Dave Gettleman, I mean, he already did the big lie. We didn't sign OBJ to trade him. This could be another big lie. We signed him in the next 2 years. He probably will be gone after this year. You know?
See, here's what my thoughts are about it. So my thoughts are, he either has balls of steel, or he's just retarded, because I don't see anybody who's gonna actually fall for this bluff.
Yeah.
First off, by saying that you're going to give him an extension, you're saying that Haskins and Murray aren't catching your eye. You're saying that there's gonna be better QBs in the drafts to come, that you will probably. Not only that, that means that you had to tank for those 2 drafts. Whatever draft that you're gonna get a new QB to replace Eli, you're gonna have to tank. There's no other way to get that QB.
I can see that outlook though.
And if you're in rebuild mode, which you're rebuilding right now, do you really expect the whole team to go along with just tanking for 2 years?
No. I think that's why that was one of the reasons OBJ wanted to leave, and maybe even Landon Collins. They're tired of tanking. I would be tired of tanking if we're doing 3-4 years straight too. But I could see the outlook on he thinks there's better quarterbacks. While I do think this quarterback class is widely underrated, people hate on it a lot. I'm gonna be honest, I don't see much of a difference in terms of talent between this year and last year. Sure, last year we had 4 guys, but out of those 4 guys, only like 2 performed. This year, we got 2 really top guys, and maybe both of them will perform. I don't see much of a difference.
They're definitely going to
But for next year, I see Herbert. Definitely, he's going to be, I think, a top QB. The Giants were super interested in him. Because I was perplexed, absolutely befuddled, got me using big words out there, that he said, I'm going back to college. Because the Giants were actively scouting him this year before he announced that. And then we got Tua out of Alabama. And then if we do it for next year, and I don't want to do it tanking for 2 years straight so that we get Trevor Lawrence, that's the only one I could name for like 2020.
See, here's why I think he went back to college. I think he went back to college because there was an offer for no, I feel like he wanted to go to a certain team, but they didn't have a high enough draft stock to get him.
Yeah, I think that could be a reason.
Like
but
he just
the always bad thing about going back to college is you could go back to raise your draft stock, but usually what happens most of the time is your draft stock drops.
Exactly.
So that
just means you have so much confidence in yourself that you're just gonna perform. You have to perform now. There's nothing else to say about that.
I don't know. All right, we'll take a break. Y'all take a break. Go grab some snacky snacks, some water, some Capri Sun.
Bev?
You know what I'm saying? Got the Bev. You know, relax a little bit. This is like the little intermission before we jump back in. So welcome back. Now we're gonna go into like basketball topics. Let's get in with the March Madness review here, Nighttime.
Ooh. So what's crazy about it? I know some of y'all haven't been watching. Some of y'all haven't been following.
Ryan.
Now some of y'all are kind of off base right here, but people have been sleeping on this March Madness bracket. I know my bracket's been messed up since week 1. Not even week 1, game 1, bro. And I'm going to let you know right now. Everybody's going to be talking about Duke. I don't even care about Duke right now. What I'm caring about is Texas Tech beating Gonzaga 75-69. And I'm telling you right now, Gonzaga's a hard team to beat.
I agree with you. Don't worry, guys. We'll talk about Duke and their failures later. If I were to make a video about March Madness, say last week though, I always told my friends, I was like, I don't see them going all the way. That's later in the video, right? You got Texas Tech, I respect it. But I think people are sleeping on Auburn, bro. Auburn out here knocked out Kentucky, one of the top 2 basketball programs in America. And before that, they knocked out UNC, bro. People are sleeping on Auburn, and they got shooters. They got some good 3-point shooters out there, bro.
I was not expecting it. First off, I did not expect them to beat
Auburn
UNC.
isn't even a basketball school, bro.
Facts,
they're a football school.
Team. That's why I was like, when I first saw them in the bracket, I was like, wait, why y'all here?
People are sleeping on
what
them,
are you doing? And then I saw them beat. I was like, wait, this is not right. This don't add up, Chief. What happened to my Cam Newton?
What was the score, yo? At Kentucky, they beat them by 6, 77-71, and then UNC
they smashed them by 17,
97-80, bro.
Bro, low key.
Wasn't UNC champions just like 2 years ago?
Yes, bro. What?
Hey, for all we know,
understand.
For all we know, it might just be Auburn versus Texas Tech. Who knows?
I love that. I'd love to watch that.
Because with Michigan State, I think they won because of their coaching. Yo, people like be complaining about Tom Izzo. He came in the clutch.
So I'm gonna talk about it right now. So if you've been hiding under a rock, Final Four is gonna be Saturday actually.
Yeah.
March Madness is gonna end this
So
week.
you know this podcast might be dropping on Saturday.
It's gonna have to.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be Auburn versus Virginia. The Auburn is 5th seed, and Virginia is the number 1 seed. The only number 1 seed left, by the way. And then we have Texas Tech and Michigan State. Texas Tech is a number 3 seed school. Number 3 seeded school, and Michigan State is a number 2 seeded school. And actually, it's kind of not far off. The seeds are not that far off, but
yeah. The only thing
teams that are here is crazy.
Yeah, I think the outlier would definitely be Auburn. Nobody saw them going this far. Nobody saw them going this far. Actually. But you want to talk about Duke now, or where we going?
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about Duke.
Alright, go with it.
So it's not. Well, I can't say it's not hard to beat Zion. People are saying he's already top 20 in the NBA without even being in the NBA. I don't know how that works.
I agree with that. But they do have the first 3 picks, so that's why they're like it's hard. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and it's crazy. You know. It's not like there's not a plan, because I bet you the Spurs could easily lock down. They could lock him down without a problem. But see, here's my problem with it. Duke should have lost to Taco Fall.
I agree with you.
They should have lost. I don't know how they won that game, but they should have lost.
Until that Michigan Duke game, that UFC Duke game was the best one. Yo.
Shout out to that RDC World video about that had me weak when he moved the basket.
Yeah. No, they should have lost, bro. First of all, they didn't call the charge. They did not call the charge.
Facts.
So they didn't call the charge. Even then, yo, I'm telling you, bro. RDC was on point. I don't know how they missed that shot at the end. UCF, but they were up for the entire game, and then somehow Duke made a little comeback. They should have been gone. They should have been gone. I don't know.
I can't even really be too mad because it was a great game. And they should have won.
And then against Michigan, because of that, that's when I was like, oh, they're not going, bro. They're not going.
Not only that,
going.
It's a plan. It's a formula, bro. Remember what I said about the Nets and the zone travels?
Yeah.
Well, the zone travels over here. The zone originated from college football, bro. The zone traveled at Syracuse.
Yeah.
At the Orange Dome. Now it's traveling here. And I'm telling you, it's not that hard. You just gotta come over here, put a man on him, and yeah, he's gonna body you, but take that charge, which they should have called. Mm-hmm. They didn't call it last time, but now they will.
Yeah, but that left the cracks, and then real quick on Tom Izzo, I don't know why people are getting on him because he yells at his players. What coach do you know doesn't yell at your players, bro?
If you're telling me your players being retarded and doing the same,
and that's not even the reason why.
Over and over again,
in the interview, the guy was like, "Oh no, he was yelling at me because he was reminding me of my goal." Like at the beginning of the season, Tom Izzo's players, he has them write down their goals on a piece of paper. The one he was yelling at said that his goal is he wants to make the Final Four, right? So the dude wasn't exactly performing up to standard. So it wasn't like he was calling him out, be like, "Hey, yo, what are you doing?" No, he was saying something along the lines of, "Remember, you said you want to go to the Final Four. You need to play better if you're gonna get to the Final Four."
Facts.
I need y'all to tell me, what coach do you know doesn't yell at their players? It's literally when you have a trust and a relationship built between you. That's actually a form of communication, y'all.
I yell at this man all the time. Come on now. And he be spamming me with phone calls, making sure I wake up.
It'd be like that sometimes.
But you see, it's kind of crazy. But even though Michigan State beat them, I don't think Michigan, like we just said with Texas Tech and Auburn, going to be in the finals.
That's my prediction. Texas Tech versus Auburn.
I don't see Michigan State going anywhere past Texas Tech. Because, like I said, Gonzaga is the hardest team to beat. I feel like, personally, Gonzaga could have easily beat Duke by at least 10 points in the finals. That would have been a nice game to watch, too.
Yeah.
But Texas Tech I don't even know how they won that game.
You know, I feel sorry for Gonzaga. They either make it towards like one of the semis or one time they made it into finals thing, but they never go all the way, and they have sometimes the best team.
Here's why though. So Gonzaga has a great team, and it's like a great mix between one and dones and people who are staying for 4 years, and it just works. Everything works there. The coaching works. They work. It just is. It's like I'm trying to think of a team in the NBA that's like Gonzaga.
You know who used to be like them? They're not like them anymore. The Grizzlies, like a couple years ago, used to be like Gonzaga.
Yeah.
Now I'd say probably the Raptors of last year, but we all see how they folded. So I don't think there's really any team right now.
That's tough. That's real tough. But yeah, like I said, Virginia, even though it's the number one seeded team, the only one left.
For some reason, I don't know. I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. For some reason, I just don't believe in them. I just don't believe in them.
The way Auburn been playing,
they not getting past
bro.
Auburn.
Auburn and Texas combined have beaten, I think, 4 of the top 4 seeded teams already. I wouldn't be surprised if they take down 2 more. All right.
Yeah, we got the same final, y'all. Our prediction would be Texas Tech versus Auburn, and I'll be honest, for me it's gonna be a coin flip between those two. I'm not gonna pick one to win right now. It depends how they win these games coming up on Saturday and if they win these games.
Nah, I'm gonna let you know right now. Texas Tech going all the way.
Oh, you're gonna pick them over Auburn? I'm sorry, I can't listen. As much as I believe in Auburn, I can't decide for one or the other right now. I gotta see how they play.
That's tough.
I gotta see how they play.
Right.
Not right now. That's a video for them. I'm gonna have to see how they play.
Let's move on. Because I was just talking about how the zone travel, and I kind of, brought up the Nets real quick. So let's go back to the MVP race. So, yeah, let me go back to that real quick. So, who do you think is going to win? James Harden or Giannis?
I don't know. Let me tell you what. For real, I don't know. My preseason pick was Giannis. I thought this was the year he's going to break out, and he did break out. He did break out, no cap. He did all he could do. He just lost steam, and it's weird. If you were to do like MVPs of half of the season, first half would be Giannis, second half would be Harden. You know what I'm saying? But the reason I don't want to give it to Harden, and it's not, I don't know, disrespect, is because the way the game is played today, it's all pace and space. It's all about scoring. I'm not surprised his scoring is up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not at all surprised that he's like averaging 30-something points a game. That's why I'm like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
So I understand what you're saying about the pace of play, and it's easier to score now. He's getting more points up. His stats are improving. In case you guys didn't know, there's this kid named Jimmer Fredette. Well, he's not a kid. He's like 30 years old now. But Fredette, he's back in the league playing for the Suns. And the reason why he didn't make it, he was playing in the G League and in China for a while. The reason why he couldn't stay in the NBA is because his defense wasn't elite. He could score. Without a doubt, he could score. That man's a bucket.
Harden's actually playing defense this year. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but like the way the NBA has changed, you can't really hip check. You can't really extend your arm. You can't do anything. So like, it's way easier for a player like Harden, a player like Fredette, a player like, let's see, who else? My pick, Devin Booker, because Devin Booker's been, oh my gosh, that man is feasting. Like 3 back-to-back games, plus 50 in all of them. He scored 50 points in all. No, actually, last game he got 49, but that's not the point. That man's nice, but it's easier to score now, and he can just do it whenever you want at will. So I see why his stats are getting higher and higher, but I'm gonna have to give it to Giannis still.
You still gonna give it to Giannis?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can. Listen, they could easily go Harden. And here's the thing about the MVP in today. I don't like the MVP award anymore in today's NBA because it's all about story. It's all about story. You could really argue that LeBron could have 2 more MVPs within the past 5 years, right? You could argue that Harden should have 1 more MVP within the past 5 years because it's all about story.
Bro,
I don't think Steph should have gotten that second MVP.
Yup, because I already told you I don't like this, bro.
And I don't think
he shouldn't have gotten.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. Last year, as impressive as Harden was, he shouldn't have won it last year. This year, he deserves it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't think he should have won it last year. There was 2 people that deserved it over him, Bron and Westbrook. 2 years in a row, triple double, and then all the stuff Bron did in the playoffs. I think those 2 deserved it over him, but it's because of the story.
I just don't like.
I feel like last year they gave it to him as like a compensation. Oh, you've been an MVP finalist for like 3 years in a row now. Let's just give it to you. I don't like the way the MVP is judged now. And like to just go off with the stats for y'all, right? Quick, James Harden's stats, bro. What's he averaging, man? What's he averaging?
Bro, he's averaging around 37, 6, and 7. My bad, 37,
like
7, and 8.
And 8, yeah.
My bad.
And it's not listed here, but he's also averaging like 2 steals. So, I mean, he's playing some defense, you know?
It's alright.
So, his numbers are up. And then you got Giannis, he's averaging 27, 13, and 6. off of 57% from the field. And his defense, you already know, bro. What's his blocks looking like? His blocks, 2 blocks and 1 steal along with that for the defense.
It was crazy.
I mean, hey.
It's to be expected, bro. It's to be expected. Yeah, James Harden scores more, but Giannis doesn't have to score to impact the game, man.
I think it's going to be decided in the playoffs. Like, if Giannis takes his team to the conference final alone, I think he's going to get it. But I think for Harden, they're looking to see if he finally takes his team to the finals. Because if he takes his team, I don't know, man.
This time.
Yeah, he's going to have to go through.
I mean, if you check the playoff video coming soon,
it's going to be dropping soon, the playoffs video.
You'll see something.
But MVP race, man, that's a toss-up. Let us know. I'll put up a poll. Let us know.
I don't think there's anybody else coming up for it, though. Wait, didn't they have D'Lo in the MVP race?
They didn't. They did not.
Yeah,
no, they did not.
Yeah, he was like fifth in voting, bro.
They did not. They had Paul George in it for a while, and I wondered why they had Paul George in here, bro.
I mean, there's no point. It's a 2-man race right now. It's a 2-man race.
It's always been a 2-man race, if we're gonna be honest.
True.
All right. So to the next topic.
We're gonna stay on the NBA for a while.
This right here. Well, we're gonna stay on the NBA until the end of it. This right here, I was surprised when it dropped, and if it's true, it just makes everything the Knicks did clear. Although I already think, listen, the Porzingis trade was for the future, just like the OBJ trade was for the future. So it kind of makes sense.
Future. What is with New York and this future comment?
Because stuff, bro, all their GMs were so bad that they can't do anything now. That's legitimately the explanation.
That's tough.
But in case y'all didn't know, Kristaps Porzingis was accused of rape. The reports actually came out last week, but I wanted to wait a while to do it. The accusations are as follows. There's this woman that lives in his, I don't know if you could call it an apartment complex, because these dudes don't live in apartments. They live in like condos, right? She was his neighbor. And the rumor is, so there's holes in the rumor, but still it could be true, right? Obviously there's holes in the rumor. His neighbor came over to him the night that he injured his ACL. And apparently Kristaps forced himself on her. But then let me finish, right? This is all statements from the girl. But then she said she liked it, and they said to each other they're gonna keep in contact, but he never kept in contact, which is why she's trying to report him, right? So the whole, of course, in the story would be like, okay, listen, I won't judge anybody for what they doing in the bedroom, but that's just weird. How do you get raped and then all of a sudden like it, right? That's the whole in the story. But even if it wasn't true, I wouldn't want a player with rape accusations on my team.
First off, I'm gonna have to stop you right there. Number one, why you I ain't asked you to link. Why are you coming over to my crib? Like, if you're the neighbor, what are you doing? So you came over.
Maybe
to
they were friends. Who knows?
All right, so maybe you're friends. All right, he tore his ACL, right? He's in
a
lot of pain.
He's in a lot of pain, right? That's the biggest hole. How's this man out here, bro?
I don't see him flopping it out, getting something so quickly, so early on, while his leg is literally like he has.
His leg is gone.
I don't see him doing all these movements unless, hey, I really think it's the other way around. See, I wouldn't even be mad if Kristaps said, "Nah, she raped me." Look, if he wants to flip that,
that's the thing, though, right?
I'd be fine.
That's the thing, though. He's not even saying that, which is why it's sus. What he's saying is it's an extortion case.
Extortion? Explain that.
It's possible that it's Kristaps is going back with extortion, that she's just trying to get money, right? It's possible.
Which is exactly what it is. It is
possible. That's what you think? Listen, I have very strong opinions about rape. In my opinion, even if you're accused of it, I don't care if you're innocent or not. I don't want you on my team. It's going to be too much controversy, especially in the New York media. I'm sorry, that's just how it is. You're accused of rape, that means you're in a situation in which it could have happened. Because these are not based off of just nothing, right? That's why I'm like, yo, I don't want you on my team, bro. Accusations, I don't want it.
But hey. You see, this is the NBA we're talking about. This happens all the time. You know how many people...
It happens more in the NFL than the NBA.
Actually, that's true. That's actually super true.
Big Ben. One of the reasons I don't like him. Because he hasn't had one person do it. He's had multiple women come forward and say that he's raped them. And that's why he hasn't got any person for him.
After the first person, look, if anybody says, if any female or male, whatever, I don't care. It doesn't matter what sport you're into, what people you're into, whatever. But as soon as one person makes an allegation and it's even remotely true, like if anybody finds something,
I know what you're trying to say.
Anybody can.
Yeah, but that's more like in today's world, because that's just how today's world is built. But with Big Ben, this was like 10 years ago.
Yeah, that's
coming out of college.
I'm talking about now. Yeah. And even now, Bro, you seen how these females be, bro? These females crazy, man.
Listen.
These females crazy.
There's been a lot of just like within the past. There's a lot of accusations that turned out not to be true.
Lonzo just got caught by his not caught cheating like that, but like, wasn't his girl cheating on him a couple months ago or something?
I'm gonna be honest. I don't pay attention to Lonzo.
I wasn't paying attention to Lonzo. It was just like rumors that happened, and I just picked it up. And then Lonzo had something like that, where his baby mama was whatever. Something happened like that, and he has to pay child support. Blah, 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 end the discussion. Same thing with DeAndre Jordan, stuff that happened with him too.
I hear you, but let's not get too off topic.
This happens, bro.
It happens.
And it's not like you can't really do much about it.
I hear you, but I'm asking you for straight answers to these two questions right here.
Alright, let me hear it.
We don't know the answer to the accusation. Say the Knicks didn't trade him. The accusations are still out. Would you still want him to be on the team? Straight answer. My straight answer is no, because I wouldn't know how to feel if it's just ambiguous about cheering for somebody that's accused of rape on my team. I'm sorry. I can't do that.
See, the thing is, this accusation, this accusation that just happened to him, I'm not talking about any other type of whatever, the certain specific accusation that happened to him right now is so off base that I'm just like, bro, I already know it's not true.
Nah, that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying it's ambiguous.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's ambiguous. I'm sorry. I have strong opinions about it, y'all.
Bro, Porzingis is just elite, bro. He has to stay on the team. I'm sorry.
I can't.
I'm sorry, Chief.
No disrespect to you, but I can't respect that opinion.
I'm sorry, Chief.
Yeah. Like, yo, it's not like we're gonna get angry at each other, but I can't respect that opinion. But okay, and then the second question was, say he was actually found out to be true. What do you think his punishment should be? I think it should be life in jail. If it turned out to be true.
I don't think he raped her though.
Bro, you're not answering the question.
Oh, you said it. My bad.
You're not answering the question.
Bro, you can't be snipping these buds early. But if it is true, that's what you're asking?
Yeah.
If it's true, then yeah, I agree with you.
Okay.
It's rape. You can't really say nothing else about it.
Now then.
Simple as that.
Do you think, and now this is just going back on the business side of basketball, right? The Knicks don't know if it's true, but I'm pretty sure this was a big reason why they're like, yeah, we should probably get rid of him. And a big reason because of the media storm, plus the reason we already got is for the future, but he's injury prone. He really is.
He's injury prone. That's why I think they really traded him.
So add that on along with this case, because the Knicks knew about this according to the reports since November.
Since November.
So it's been going on for a long time behind the scenes, and they traded him to the Mavs. Now the Mavs are saying the Knicks never told them about this case. They said it was an extortion case, not a rape case. And then the Mavs are trying to get something done, but you can't get anything done because the trade was already made and finalized, right? We're actually probably looking at he might not have a job come this fall.
Which is crazy when I think about it.
So if it's false, obviously I want to see some punishment towards the girl. Her. Yeah, because rape accusation is not something you joke about, right?
Definitely not.
But the way it's looking, right, is that it's so ambiguous. We don't know where the case is gonna go. But as of right now, I mean, he might be looking at unemployment, y'all. Like, let's be honest.
I mean, it's sad too, because I really wanted to see Porzingis and my son over there. You know what I'm talking about. Hey, say his name one time for me,
bro. You either talking about Zion or RJ?
I said Porzingis.
You said you want to see him with your son.
Zion and RJ is not my son, bro.
He's already in the NBA.
Bro?
DSJ?
I mean, no.
Who you talking? Yo, you never.
Porzingis is not on the Knicks right now.
Oh, you're talking about on the Mavs. Oh, bro. I thought we were still talking about if he was still on the Knicks. Oh, yeah, you know. Luka, bro. Luka's on another level.
This man,
Luka, rookie of the year. Straight up, he's rookie of the year, man. Trae Young, you came on nicely, bro, but Luka been on it, bro.
Y'all see how fast he turned? Y'all see how fast he switched sides? Come on, man.
What do you mean switch sides? I was always Luka's rookie of the year.
I mean, not like that. I'm talking about how fast you got up and was like, as soon as I snapped some sense into you.
Because you didn't specify. You know what I'm saying?
My bad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really want to see Porzingis and my son Luka Doncic. I want to see the Mavs do something.
To be honest, the Mavs got the Euro squad.
They got the squad, bro.
They got the Euro squad.
They got the squad. My son Cleaver.
Yo, real quick, if you think we took all the international players on the NBA, put them on one team, and then all the American players on one team, who do you think would win?
We already saw that happen.
No, not All-Star game, not that.
No. It wasn't All-Star game. It wasn't All-Star game. It was literally, the sophomore showcase, the sophomore showcase.
Yeah, that's literally sophomore.
Okay, but those are literally they had Luka Doncic, Buddy Hield.
Okay, listen, you can't compare that though, because that's not all the
I understand that.
players.
I understand that, and that wasn't against all the domestic players. That wasn't against each other.
So you can't say we already say that.
But I can't tell. I'm gonna tell you right now, based on that small sample size that we just saw.
Who would you say would win?
International, bro.
Yeah, no, yo,
international,
people are actually sleeping on the international
baby.
Let me just name some: Luka, Buddy Hield, Giannis, Rudy Gay. Who else we got? Joel Embiid, bro. Joel Embiid. Technically, Ben Simmons is from Australia. Kyrie is a flip flop. If he grew up in Australia,
bro, Kyrie's a flip flop. His world is a flip flop too,
like, listen, I don't think that the
circle flat.
I don't think that the American team would have a chance, bro.
American team.
Okay, they'd have a chance. They'd have a chance.
They'll get smoked.
People really underestimate the international players in the NBA. Yeah.
Come on, Marjanovic, bro. Come on, Bogdan Marjanovic is going.
Okay, y'all realize this man just mispronounced the name horribly, right? It's Bogdan Bogdanovic.
You so gonna be mispronouncing it?
But you said Mark. There's no M in his name.
Bro. Don't worry.
Bogdanovic. That's his last name.
Yeah, Bogdanovic.
Bogdanovic. I'm sorry, your name is complicated, man.
Nah, I love your name. Don't worry about it, bro. Come on now, Bogdan. It don't matter. Do you not understand how many nice international people there are?
I do understand. I was just telling them that they don't understand. Oh, you paused it? No, I did not.
Damn, that's tough.
I mean, that's about it, right? Yeah. That's about it. Yo, okay, let us know what you guys think about this podcast. Like I said, we're gonna cover stuff that we didn't have a chance to cover in its own video. This time we had 6 topics. It could be more. If y'all like it, yeah. If you all like it, let us know. If you don't like it, let us know. How can we improve it? The structure, all that. I mean, like I said, it's gonna be on YouTube. I'm gonna test it out on SoundCloud, but we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, it'd be like that. And stay tuned. We got some more vids popping out soon. Actually, we got some more unpopular opinion vids coming out. And I remember sneak peek anime. Is that what I heard?
Anime? Maybe.
Where all my weeaboos at? Anime?
Yo.
And we got
in
some
case
other
y'all
stuff.
forgot, listen, we have been doing just sports this far, but unpopular opinions is for anything, right?
We can do anything.
Oh, and another thing, let us know in the comments what you think the name of the podcast should be. And I mean, actually comment. I don't get that many comments. Y'all need to start commenting and subscribing, y'all.
Big facts.
But actually comment. As of right now, it's gonna go up as the Hub Podcast. If y'all got an idea for the name, let us know.
Oh, and thanks for all the views that we got on the mock draft. Oh my god!
Thank you so much, guys. I spent a week on research and then editing and all that. Shout out, straight up shout out to the entertainer, yo. This dude, he's one of my favorite YouTubers. He was one of my inspirations for starting this channel. I asked him to check it out. He checked it out and he subscribed. He liked. I want you guys to go over there, subscribe, and if you like New York sports, that's what he does.
That man kills it, man.
All right, so thank you to the entertainer. I think that's about it.
Anything else you got?
Nope. We start off with a year. We end it with a year.
Yeah.